Damn, boy. Damn, boy, he's thick. Boy, that's a thick-ass boy.
What's good, everybody? This is Noah G Collecting, and today we got a Hiya Toys review for you. We have the 2019 Godzilla King of the Monsters Behemoth figure. Now, Hiya has been on a tear with their Toho Classic line, but don't forget that they are really best at doing the Monsterverse figures. You know, they're really the only brand that gets to the niche figures like Skilla, Behemoth, Tiamat, Queen Muto, right? We still have a few to come out. But the only other brands that really do the side kaiju in the Monsterverse line is what, Playmates, and those are like $10 a pop, and then the YMSF figures, and those are kind of a little on the pricier side. So Hiya is really a good mix of affordable and quality. Like, it's the best, right? So today we're going to be going over the detail and articulation on this guy and how well he compares to the other Hiya Monsterverse figures and his on-screen depiction. The front, the back, the side, the other side. Per the Hiya usual, they go hard in the paint and detail department, especially with this head sculpt and the tusks connected to it. For a character with only a few seconds of screen time, they really bring this guy to life with the detail put into it. Now let's focus on the tusks, which are really the standout feature of this guy, both on the design and the figure itself. The main detail on the tusks are going to be these vines that are wrapped throughout. They look really good for how small they are, and they're painted differently than the rest of the greens on the tusks. The paint scheme being this combination of different greens throughout is really effective. His on-screen depiction has the tusk as more of this one-tone bone color, with the vines being just one tone as well. However, I do prefer how Hiya did it on the figure. It pops more and is much more visually appealing. The head sculpt itself is really intricate, from the different grooves along the front of his face to the ears on the side. Seeing this guy up close is amazing, considering the movie only gave us a few seconds of him. They really did us dirty with that. The eyes are this red color, whereas in the movie he has this all white look. Again, I do like the stylization choices they took with the color of the tusks and the eye color. It looks better, but if you wanted a movie accurate look, then I can understand that. And here's a better look at his awkward mouth and trunk. Moving on to the main body, the individual tufts of hair are crystal clear on this. They used a matte muddy brown for the base paint, and then this light brown and orange to highlight all the tufts of hair, to make that sharp detail really pop. It looks phenomenal, and for a kaiju design with not much going on for his body detail wise, they really go above and beyond. I do have a few paint scuffs towards the top of the thighs, but that could have been from me messing around with the articulations, so I'm not too bugged out about it. Looking at the top and back of this figure, you can see there isn't any fur, but instead it's this rugged skin going down the spine. You really couldn't see this from the movie, so realizing this detail because of the figure is all the more reason Hiya needs to keep making these niche kaijus. It has all these ridges and bumps, and it's highlighted by this tan streak along the back. They blended the colors well, so it doesn't look so jarring and off-putting, which Hiya does really well. The hands are this muted brown color, with the claws themselves being this glossy brown, which looks really good in lighting. And then the tips of the claws themselves are going to be this darker color. Overall, I didn't go in with many expectations, so I was blown away with the detail. The paint scheme, while a bit stylized, is going to help this figure be on par with a lot of the other Monsterverse offerings. Starting off with the head, you can move the face piece itself up and down. It's separated from the neck. You can also get a good turn side to side as well for more range. There's more range than I thought the figure would get. I thought it would just be one piece for the head, but it's separated, and this neck piece can move up to give you a more head-on look. The arms, of course, have the most range and movement on this figure. You can fully rotate the shoulder pieces. That middle arm section can move up and down, and the hands can do a full 360 degrees rotation. You can also move them side to side as well, which is a nice little addition. Now, I didn't heat treat my figure before doing this articulation section, so that's why I might look stiff in the video. And honestly, I thought the tusk would be able to articulate, but I guess thinking about it, they shouldn't, because elephants, they can't move their tusks separately from their bodies, so right. The hands also, by the way, they can kind of fold inward, just a little bit more articulation, kind of help with the posing whenever he's hunched down on the ground. The legs, despite being mini chicken drumsticks, have good range as well. They can move far back if you need to, and to the side. The knee joints have a good bend in them as seen here, and then the ankle pieces have a good swivel side to side as well. And of course, you can stand this guy up. You just have to properly balance the legs and keep him flush to the ground. Now, you'll have to fiddle with it for a second. He's kind of, he's got a lot of weight to the top, not a lot of weight to the bottom. But if you get it just right, you got it. Almost. You might have to readjust. I had to readjust a couple of times. But with the right posing, you got it. For a character that doesn't move much in the movies, we get a ton of range with him. We even get good articulation in the head, more than I expected at least. Starting off the size comparisons with the Godzilla King of the Monsters Hiya figure. Now, in terms of scale, like the proper scale in the movies, this is accurate. As you see here on this little size chart I got from Reddit, the head of Behemoth kind of comes up to the chest of Godzilla, so this is pretty good. Yeah, they scaled him well. And if you pose him standing upright, he's going to be more on par with Godzilla. Here he is with Godzilla Evolved and Kong Beast Glove, Mothra and Rodan from King of the Monsters, King Ghidorah in his walking pose, Mechagodzilla from Godzilla vs. Kong, the Skullcrawler from GVK and Skilla from New Empire, Hayato Shimo and the SH Monster Art Zuko and Scar King. I'm still waiting on the Hiya, so these guys are the stand-in for now. The 2014 Godzilla and the female Muto. And lastly, here he is with the full King of the Monsters cast, Godzilla, Ghidorah, Mothra, and Rodan. He looks really good, he scales well with all of them, and overall I'm happy that Hiya finally got to him. This was another solid release from Hiya for their Monsterverse line. I always enjoy seeing the new characters brought to life with these figures, especially the more niche ones. They did an exceptional job with the paint and detail, with some of their stylistic choices really elevating Behemoth's appearance here. We got more articulation than I had expected, so I'm a happy camper. He also scales accurately with the other Monsterverse figures, so it's good to see the attention to detail there. That's it for the review. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know down in the comments, are you picking this guy up? And if you already got him, what's your favorite part about him? I really appreciate the Monsterverse Hiya figures the most. They've been doing good with their Toho Classic, but my favorite ones are the Monsterverse figures. You don't see brands like the Movie Monster Series or SH Monster Arts getting to the side characters, so Hiya being able to do them, I really appreciate it. We're still waiting on Scar King, Mothra and Zuko, and Tiamat to release this year, and we have Queen Muto solicited for next year. So really the only other Monsterverse kaiju we have left are Methuselah, and I know that was going through some legal issues for a while, but I'm pretty sure that's cleared up, so they could do that one, I'm fairly certain. And I know a lot of people want Ion Dragon and Titan X from the Monarch show. I do as well, but the show is a separate license from, what we've heard, so that might take some time. I'm sure they'll get to it. I feel like they'll likely get to it, but it might take some time. And then Mechagodzilla, it's just not, they still are trying to work out the articulation and the details on it with like how complex it is from the movie. We found that out from Kaiju Canucks interview with Hiya recently. So yeah, don't bank on Mechagodzilla happening anytime soon. And so the Monster Arts honestly is a really good, it is their best Monsterverse figure. So hey. But anyways, thank you guys for watching again, and I'll see y'all in the next one.